It is, yeah, like the most natural versions of our songwriting, I think.
I guess in some way.
Jamz Supernova here for the 2021 Hyundai Mercury Prize. I'm here with Lewis and Tyler from Black Country New Road, and you found out that your album for the first time has been shortlisted. Firstly, how does that feel?
Crazy.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Bonkers.
Was it like a wish list for you, or kind of like a tick-off moment of something that you wanted to aim towards, or was it never on your radar?
It never seemed possible.
Really?
That's why it felt crazy when we got shortlisted.
What happened when you found out, and where were you?
Yeah, we were in a rehearsal room in Hoxton, and we were trying to rehearse, and then our manager called us, and we were like, right, okay, we're not getting any rehearsal done today. We went to the shop, bought some Prosecco, and celebrated.
Shop bought Prosecco, I like that. And you guys kind of out of, you know, from two records in, quite early on, you were kind of, you know, sort of picked as artists to watch. Did that put any pressure on what you did next in terms of creating the album, or did it give you like ammunition?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was, we really had a certain way of wanting the album to sound, and if it didn't sound like that, I think it would have been a bit of a disappointment, because we had built up a reputation from our live gigs, so it was really important that it sounded like that and it had that energy.
And you tweaked certain records that had previously been released to fit the album. What was that process like?
I mean, the songs were constantly changing, the way that we performed them changed. It didn't make sense to then release like an old version when it just wouldn't have existed in the same world as the rest of the album if we'd have just released the original versions.
Was that a risky thing to do, or was it kind of like a sort of natural, no, this is what we need to do?
It felt natural, it felt appropriate. It would have felt unnatural to just wax
Just be
an
like,
old
yeah,
version on for
this
the
is
sake
it,
of
we're not
Yeah.
changing it. And when you think of that exact time, so you guys as a band, like what is it reflecting?
Having an awesome time with my friends.
Yeah, in an angsty way.
That's a good way to round it
There's
out.
also like so much naivety about it. Like it represents what we were back then. We didn't know our instruments as well as we do now. We didn't know each other as well as we do now. We also didn't know what we were trying to make really compared to what we know now. For me, it's quite a naive album in many ways.
And that gives it a pureness, I think, and you can kind of feel that. That's crazy when you think you probably will never get that time back in that essence and that purity, which is fine.
It's quite exciting
Yeah.
though. It means every time it's new.
Yes.
Hopefully better.
Yeah, 100%. And what was that? I mean, give me that sort of like the energy in the studio and every day. Like, what was that schedule like?
It's pretty intense.
It was pretty intense. Andy Savage, who we were working with, who produced it, was basically just like telling us to do take after take. Even if we thought we got it, he would push us to it. He'd be like, okay, so you've gotten to this point now, let's just push it, do another take. And then we thought, okay, that was the take. And he'd be like, no, okay, if you think that was the take. And then as soon as you would drop down, he'd be like, okay, no, we're stopping now.
Yeah. And I think we're pretty lazy as well, so it felt probably intense for us. But
we benefited so much from that.
Yeah, for
Putting you
sure.
into shape. Was there any moments when you're like giving him the eye, like?
Yeah, man. Come on, man, that one was good.
I can't do it. Leave me alone.
I'm bleeding, man.
Tonight, I love this city, despite the burden of preferences. What a time to be alive. Oh, I know.